Valhalla, y'all might want to look at that. Y'all might want to look at that. Y'all might want to look at that. Y'all might want to look at that.
Absolutely, and with both these players being the prominent players that they are, we're definitely going to be seeing a phenomenal matchup here. Both these players playing the characters that we kind of know them for, right? Where we have Java playing the Bovar, we got Jetbean playing that Mordax, and I really want to see how Jetbean's gauntlets do against Java's hammer, along with that scythe. That scythe we saw a lot of from Springs, and they have just been doing very, very well with that. As you can see, they're throwing gauntlets away. They're like, F that, let's go ahead and pick up those that scythe there. But overall, pretty even so far there. It hasn't had tackle.
Yeah, I mean, right as you say that, though, Java's going to tack on some more damage onto Jetbean with that really heavy-hitting hammer of Bodvar. I'm fairly sure he's locking in that strength stance, putting Bodvar on 7 strength and a set into the weapon, though. That's going to knock out. That was pretty early red, man, I'll be honest. That is that high strength and the high velocity of that weapon, though, is going to seal the deal for Java getting this early lead with actually not that much damage taken on his first stock. But one thing we saw Jetbean be very, very proficient with in that Spring 1's tournament is equalizing stocks from a decent advantage. And right now he's doing a pretty good job at it. He's got Java into that deep orange. He is taking a little bit of damage from Java in response. But right now, the balance of response versus damage put out is mostly in Jetbean's favor in this stock. And there, that soft sidelight into the Ensig, that is the absolutely staple knockout method he's been using on that scythe, often going for outward dodge reads or upward dodge reads with that Ensig, and he's been making it work enough for it to seem like a built-in kill confirm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, look at the stocks right now. Java is up by a half a stock currently, going in with that red default Bovar, which they've talked a little bit on social medias, but doing very, very well. You can see Jetbean trying to use that scythe, trying to approach Java here, but Java has had this overall control, going unarmed, getting that unarmed recovery, and you can see Jetbean's like, you know what, I'm not going to allow you to get that weapon. I'm going to pick up the gauntlets, and we're going to see how far you go until you can't pick up a weapon. But as I say that, Java picks up hammer, gets the weapon throw in his side air, and now Java has a 1-stock lead over Jetbean.
Yeah, man, I mean, I think I very much understand this map pick going to Miami Dome, at least in terms of Java, because we see a lot in his gameplay. He has really... Oh, no! Okay, if that... Dude, what's happening? What happened when he didn't touch?
Java with a phenomenal knockout onto Jetbean. That was so insane, I couldn't clip it. Very nice job coming out of Java, though, taking that very first stock or first game off of Jetbean already, and that's huge for that to happen, right? For that to go and say, hey, I'm going to save you real quick. I know you don't have options to touch that ledge, and lands it. That's definitely huge coming out of Java, and they're already ready to go into game number 2, and you know Jetbean's feeling the pressure here.
Absolutely. After getting a really good equalization on that first stock in game 1, going into the rest of that match, and just falling off and missing opportunity to touch the wall and getting knocked out like that is going to be really, really harsh on your mental. And Java now, he felt like he was in the comfort zone before. His movement was really, really comfortable, and especially, as I was going to say before, that phenomenal final knockout, his platform movement is so comfortable. He's always ready to just go up on a platform, get a dash off the platform, and keep that movement high paced. And right now, Jetbean just hasn't got an answer for Java's aggression here on that sword, showing the fact that he isn't just comfortable on that hammer. He can get work done with both weapons equally, and right now he almost has Jetbean in a knockout situation. The dash jump there doesn't connect to Jetbean, dodges through, but Java is really, really close with the KO power that Bodvar has with both those weapons, and a relatively hard-hitting signature kit. Jetbean needs to try and play his cards right and pack on as much damage as possible, maybe even possibly take this first stock off Java if he plays his cards right, but he is looking in the danger zone right now. That clash is almost going to do it for Java. Goes for the GC Light, which doesn't connect. Java now actually struggling to find a knockout as Jetbean gets back onto Sage and gets that Sage control right as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, Java does go and get that side air knockout on the Jetbean. But like we were talking about earlier, we know Jetbean for making some of the best comebacks that we've seen, at least when it comes down to gameplay in whatever set Jetbean plays, whether it be against Java, whether it be against another pro. But we do see Jetbean knocking Java into that very, very low red. Jetbean tries to read that Graticates Silent, but misses that. Tries to weapon sword Java, but Java does pick up that sword, gets that recovery in. But right now, Jetbean's really having overall control of this platform just because Java's very worried about losing that first stock.
Yeah, I mean, Java's very, very aware of the fact that every single hit he gets with this stock is a built-up advantage further and further. And now is he trying to confirm a KO on this second stock of Jetbean, looking so dominant here in this second game, with a full stock lead now on Jetbean, who's struggling to finish off this stock of Java. The issue with, like, the only issue with Mordex really as a legend is a lack of consistent and easy-to-hit kill confirms. With both Gauntlets and Scythe, and BOUT as a legend is kind of the opposite of that, having so many to make use of, and Java doesn't even need the weapons of BOUT as he lands that unarmed kill confirm, and now he's just going off with the hammer. He's not slowing down, and Jetbean is just, he hasn't got an answer. He has to figure out something quick, or he's going to lose this game too. He has taken the first stock of Java, but he's already about to enter the orange of his final stock, and Java has so much room to work with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He has a stock and a half lead over Jetbean right now. You can see Java's very comfortable with that hammer, willing to go for very risky things because they know they're very comfortable with where they're at. But as I say that, it's too comfortable, and Jetbean goes ahead and knocks out Java's second stock. But can he be the clutch factor that he's needed for this set? We'll have to see.
He is thanking his lucky stars for that accident OSD by Java, but the stars weren't lucky enough, and that side sig is going to shut it down. Less than 300 damage put out by Jetbean in that game. And he really needs to change something up here going into this game 3 if he doesn't want to take that 3-0 loss against Java. I mean, he definitely has what it takes. We've seen he had what it takes to, you know, well, fight against Luna in grand finals of Spring 1v1s. And I guess he thinks here that the adaptation is bringing out a great sword here with the Jae Young.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to see. I know Jetbean has been notorious for playing Greatsword, especially against Greatsword masters such as Hardy MJ. Both of these players pretty much more prominently known for that Greatsword. And I've seen Jetbean go against Hardy against it and win. So will we see Jetbean's Greatsword beat Java just like Hardy has done in previous tournaments against Java? We'll definitely have to see. But right now, Jetbean does have that sword, and let's see what he can do with the sword against Java. And Java's getting really risky. That Jetbean comes in, Dare comes in as well. But it looks like Java's able to touch, even when they had those little water droplets come in from their head. They had an extra dodge. The dodge came in just in clutch. But right now, Jetbean down to half a stock. Currently has that great sword. Java with a sword combo on into Jetbean, and Jetbean is unable to come back to that platform. Java is having the upper hand against Jetbean's regular sword, and Jetbean keeps on getting pushed whenever he has the great sword. How is this going to go out?
Yeah, Java definitely is in the right mental state right here, but Jetbean is actually keeping Java off his edge, the edge guard going. Java does manage to come back to stage, but not without taking a good chunk of damage from Jetbean. That very confident hammer looking a bit less comfortable now as Jetbean comes that sword. D-Light sends Java out wide. He's now on that edge, but I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today. Java is so comfortable off stage, especially with that hammer. Stocks get deleted so quick, and here, if I'm Jetbean, I'm trying to stay away from the edge as much as possible, especially, you know, with that great sword. The in-air kit is a bit less confident than other weapons, but, you know, that is one in-air thing that Great Sword can do. That Dare into Nair, incredibly quick true combo at the right damage. A bit harder to land now that it's had a bit of a nerf, but Java now onto this second stock. A bit of a better pace here for Jetbean in comparison to the previous match, and the first as well. But Java does still have that half stock lead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like we were talking about earlier, Java's definitely very comfortable, whether it be off the ledge or on the platform. That hammer has so much range, has so much power and force. And Jetbean's greatsword, it's not very good off the ledge. It's more combo based on the platform. So if Java could take that platform control from Jetbean, especially when Jetbean has that greatsword, such as then, Java is going to go ahead and keep on having this lead that he has. It is a very nice job coming from Java. Almost an entire stock lead over Jetbean. We'll have to see what Jetbean really does here. I mean, knocks Java down to orange.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the back foot, certainly, but it's not as bleak as last game was looking in the slightest. If he can secure the sword edge guard the right way, he might be able to equalize things a lot faster than expected, but he doesn't manage to find it. does have Java at the weapon disadvantage here as he struggles to find one of his own. Jet being starving him and getting onto that greatsword now. Weapon that is really, really good at building damage, but not so much at getting a KO. And in the damage range that Java's in right now, it's kind of tough to choose which one you want, because Sword does have the capability to buck out quite early, but Java now on that hammer, going for the edge guard, gets the weapon though. Java recovery! Java, you monster!
Holy Java coming in with that phenomenal 3-0 over Jetbean, and he does it so phenomenally off that ledge as well. Very nice job coming out of Java there, man. That was huge. And if we're going to see this from Java against Jetbean, I cannot imagine how Java is going to be doing further in this bracket, which I believe they will be facing Coslex later down the road. And that was a very, very quick set as well.